Welcome to the 5-year anniversary of the Survivors Memorial. Today I have two wonderful people with me. I can't get over it. I'm going to let y'all introduce yourselves. So,
You go first. Okay. Hi, I'm Sarah Super, and 10 years ago, I initiated this project to build a permanent public memorial to survivors of sexual violence.
Hi, I'm Llana. I'm the founder of Let's Roar, and my brand represents Speak Up, Stand Up, Support Sexual Assault Survivors, which I donate a portion of my revenue to help specifically military SA survivors and also children's shelters in the Philippines.
Maybe we should keep this one with you.
okay.
Yeah.
And my name is Orvie B. Baker Jr. I'm a Army veteran. I'm a budding filmmaker and super fan of both of you all. Today is super special to me, not just because this is the 5-year anniversary, but the fact that I have two cornerstones in Minneapolis that can help elevate what this means to not just Minneapolis or Minnesota, but actually to the world. This is the first permanent structure dedicated to survivors of sexual violence. And from all my research, it's only two in the United States. I've looked other places and I haven't found one that's a permanent structure. I have found some where they do a setup, a pop-up and put down, but this by far is the first and only art structure. So I know we have an event on Sunday. I won't be here, but to celebrate this today, 10, 10, 10, that's important numbers because that's where it all started. How do you feel about this location 5 years after the start of it? Either one of you can answer that.
Oh my gosh. Well, literally and figuratively, it's grown. Like, it really does look different because the plants and landscaping has grown in. So part of the original concept was to create a space that felt like an outdoor room, that felt private enough to have these like vulnerable conversations, but also open enough where you felt safe and, public, and it wasn't buried away somewhere. But 5 years later it's pretty wild to see, on this day across the park, there's a big public event being set up. And I think one of the things that's been so meaningful for me has been just knowing how many people visit Boom Island Park and treat this space with so much respect. So I think while I still hope more and more people learn about this place, I feel that the people who do know about it treat it with reverence.
So this is my first time coming here was last year, and so this is really my third time. I brought my grandma here before, and it seems like every time I come here, I feel more peace, and you appreciate more and more of it, the nature around, and it's just very grateful that it's here, and that I can't wait to keep sharing it to my friends and family and really show them why I want to come here and keep supporting too.
Thank you. I was sharing with Sarah earlier, the first time I found out about it, unfortunately, was through vandalism. And since then, I've been here over 50 times. I would say maybe even 100 times. And not just during the hours of daylight. I've come at night before the park's closed. I've come early in the morning before the park's open. And there is just something that feels like a sanctuary here for me. Anytime that I'm not feeling happy, when life has got me down, I can just come out here and sit out. And sometimes people would come out and talk with me. Not everybody, and I respect that, and I think everybody should be able to come out here and find their own solace. But it's very magical to be out here and talk to people that connect with the same way I do. And more importantly, share with people that don't know, because one of the things I noticed over the last couple of years, there are people that will come here, they look at the area, they look at the ground, they'll sit here and not even know what the memorial is about. And I take honor in being able to share that I know something about it so they can take and tell other people. So I'm kind of geeking out right now because I'm so happy to have both of you, not just because this is something that you started, Sarah, not just because you're awesome entrepreneur and somebody I follow, but it's also showing something that I think is not being told enough, and is the power of women. I know it's hard for somebody to understand how does this guy understand it from a woman, but from my 20 years of military service, the one thing I learned is that there are a few people that try to push back the fact that not only that women matter, but they're thriving. We can't do this without each other. And for you all to be here and stuff is really impactful to me. And I really hope the world gets to see this, because I really think that that is a message that I feel strongly about pushing forward. That it's not just about, oh, we have this more. No, we have this because women have put this in place. We're moving forward because women are pushing things forward. And it's time that women and men stand up and say, let's talk about equality on an equal level, not just when it's important for a holiday or for a soundbite. So I just wanted to share that because I am super happy. I just, yeah, have any questions for me?
Well, I just want to say thank you for, first of all, coming up to me and sharing your passion. And just without you, I feel like, because there's so many times I wanted to give up. I, to this day, struggle with, and then sharing my story, it took me a while to also be open with that. But just seeing your passion for helping survivors, it really keeps me going. So thank you.
Well, and I got to say thank you to you and Sarah, because it really is something that we say in the military, one team, one fight initiative, and we kind of feed off each other. You are thanking me, I have to thank Sarah because of this memorial. It gave me strength at a time where I felt like I was fighting by myself. I shared with you earlier, I've been doing victim advocacy since 2005 in Iraq, but I've been working with equal opportunity in the military since 2003. And every time I learn something different, there's something that's still the same. We have to bring compassion back into everything we do. This is a static form of compassion to me. From the words that are on here that are so impactful to me, to even just the little circles down here that represents the ripples, and that means something. And I think for us to move forward as humans, for humanity, we have to be able to tie into each other. So I appreciate that you said, I'm doing this for you, but Sarah, you did it for me, and you did this for me too. I'm starting a new clothing line, and just with talking for her, she gave me the courage to step out on faith and start my own thing. So we got to keep this thing going.
Yeah,
I
the
love
ripple
it.
effect.
Yeah, the ripple effect right there. So thank you both.
Sarah, it's an honor to meet you. Honestly, yeah. I'm sure it took so much courage and to fight for, getting it here, and every little work. There's so much to it that I'm sure I can't imagine how much work you put in, and it's
Thank you.
continuously courage into, yeah. Thank you.
It's I think it's not sustainable for just like one person to care a lot and a lot of people to not care at all. And I think one of the things that's been so life-giving meeting both of you and Orvie when you reached out originally is like the feeling that like it did take a lot of work. There was a lot of suffering in my life at that time. I launched this project less than 2 months after I myself was raped. So you can imagine how like I was on a very intense part of my healing journey, and also trying to make this place happen. And, when it was completed 5 years ago today, I really felt exhausted. And I'm like, it's still, this place for me is, it's like, I'm in awe of what could be created by women and men, by survivors and allies. And I think that was part of what I wanted for this place, was that it wasn't just like one Fortune 500 coming in and donating $1 million and making it happen, that it was this real collective community effort, and that's reflected in so many parts of this. And I see like the bricks where there's all these messages and donors, and there's hundreds beyond those as well. But getting back to the feeling of like when it was done, I was exhausted. A week later, I was in a cardiology department, like having developed like a heart problem from the stress. Like it was the body keeping the score of what this was and what it was to finally exhale. But 5 years later, I am personally feeling like my cup is full. I feel so much healing has happened. So much more joy is back in my life. And what I'm also inspired by are people like you both who are doing this work in your own way, but like continuing to move forward with it. And I also feel like getting to step back, take that time for myself, my own healing, my own self-care. It's also allowed me to re-enter this space. So I'm already like working on my own new project, trying to create restorative justice solutions for sexual violence cases in Minnesota, and to help successfully pass a bill earlier this year at the state legislature to create those protections that would help enable those conversations to happen at a community level for sexual violence. So I don't think there's not a way that we can do great things without a lot of people and support. So you are those people for me.
I'm normally not somebody that gets emotional. Most of it's trained from the military. Other parts from, dealing with things in my life that allow me to compartmentalize that. But I think the part of healing is being able to allow those emotions to flow through. And it really is cathartic to come out here and just let those feelings happen. And every time that I've had some type of emotional breakthrough, it's actually happened in this circle. When I did the interview with you, I tried to hide it, we were joking and stuff, but it was really impactful that you allowed me to do an interview for something that was so impactful to me. And then I can share this. When I walked up here and you turned around and looked at me, I had to turn away from you to stop from crying, because it really was something that a lot of times we don't know what impacts us until it impacts us. And that was something that happened to me. And I think for this site to be here, there's so many people that come out here and have that cathartic experience, whether it's with friends or by themselves. And again, that's something that I feel that's so important, not just to showcase this area, but to protect and preserve the area. Mm-hmm. Again, I found out about it through vandals twice that happened. And it's been a couple of times that I've come out here and actually stopped people from wanting to do something, because I didn't try to detain them or anything, but just like predators, when we talk about sexual violence, they don't like to be known for what they're doing bad. And just knowing that somebody in presence was there deterred them from doing that. And that's something that I want to continue for this site. So 2 things that I'm working on besides the documentary and putting the word out is to create funding for this place to be protected at a higher level, even though the park does a good job. Sometimes I'll come and the cops would be sitting right there in their car just to make sure. So I love that, but I would like to have more done. And I would like this to be a national memorial. I mean, it literally hurts me that more people don't know about this, especially on a national level. So getting this documentary out, I'm hoping that more people will come visit us. I'm hoping more people will share, but I'm also hoping that more people are inspired to make their own. Like we were talking about the one in Wisconsin. I went out there and again, it's by water. It's a beautiful spot, but not everybody knows about it.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I intentionally always referred to it as like a memorial to survivors of sexual violence, not the memorial. I mean, I say but it's not the memorial. You know,
Yes.
there should be multiple. There should be many. Hopefully, hopefully it is the first of many more. And it doesn't have to look just like this, but I did find that the question of like, how should these look? What should these look like? And I think we have to be really gentle with what we put into public space, particularly to preserve like the innocence of children. And there's a playground, like, not far at all. It's in sight. So I wanted a place that like a child, a mother could come, a parent could come, and not have something in them destroyed, but rather given or benefited. But I think it's how a community wants to represent what this space needs to be. It's a big question. The use of metaphor was really important or helpful, I think, just so that we could use the ripples, the mosaic. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of smiling going on here. We're all happy.
I'm just very amazed. I'm just amazed.
Part of this. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I'm just amazed. Like, I'm just, happy to be here.
And you were talking about the metaphors. I really thought it was super impactful with the mosaic. As somebody that's dealt with survivors, and like I said, being a survivor myself, there's something really powerful in knowing that the picture can be put back together. Even though there's fractions there, the picture can still be put back together, and it's beautiful, if not more beautiful than ever. And I love that. The memorial in Wisconsin, they have a mosaic in the middle of it. Theirs is of the ribbon. And what they told me was that everybody in the community took part in taking a little piece and putting it in there. I thought that was impactful.
It's amazing.
So, but I can talk all day about this, and I don't want to ramble on, but I want to end this with saying that the work is never done. As long as we have people out there that are survivors and allies, the work's going to continue to move forward. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make that happen. Again, not just with the things I want to do on camera, but the things off, because I want people to know that there are a lot more of us than them. And when I say them, those that intentionally want to hurt people. As I was sharing before, I think that in that realm, there are two types of people. There are people that haven't been educated, and they do this because they think that's the norm and it's acceptable, and they can change. And usually when they are educated, they will change because they didn't realize it. And then there's the small few that do this on purpose. And I'm not a psychiatrist. I can't explain why they do it or what they do, but I can explain that the effect that they have is intentional. And that's something that I want to do everything in my power to prevent. And we prevent that with education and knowledge that there are some people that want to do this, and we're not going to allow it. There is no excuse for sexual harassment. There is no excuse for sexual assault. And that's the message I want to put over everything. Stop making excuses. Let's get solutions.